Hello and welcome to today's Ask Me Anything coaching session. I'm Justin, co-founder of SiteSwan Website Builder, and you're here because you want to get a little better at running your web design business, and I hopefully can help you with that. I've helped a lot of people before, and I want to help you today, and there's not that many of you here yet. A lot of people registered, not that many here yet. So that means everyone gets their questions answered no matter what it is. The theme or the way we work this, for those of you who are new, which I see there's at least 8 or 9 of you who are brand new. So welcome to the SiteSwan family. We always start these off by advising you to look at the questions tab on the bottom right. It's a question mark inside of a circle. And that is where you can post any questions that you have. But before we start getting into questions, I want everyone to go into that questions area, find it. I want you to tell me how long you've been with SiteSwan and how many sites you have sold. How long have you been with SiteSwan and how many sites you have sold? I don't care if you're brand new, you've been on board for 2 days. I don't care if you've been with us for 3 years. Because yes, we will have that kind of... Look, we've had some clients for literally since day one, when we launched in 2011. So there is a wide range of experience levels, you might say, when it comes to people familiar with our platform. But I want you to chime in. How long have you been with us? And how many sites have you got sold? All right, let's see. We got Noel. You've been with us for 1 week and 2 sites sold. Holy cow, Noel, that's fantastic. Would love to hear how you went about getting those 2 sites on board already. Ed has been with us for 3 months and has 6 clients on board. Joe is on week number 3, none sold yet. We can address that second part of your question if you'd like, privately. Let's see, Vince is here, under a month, 3 sites sold. Vince, I recognize your name. Have you been with us before? I feel like you have. And you maybe have come back and guns blazing this time. James, what's up, man? James is from LA. Been with SiteSwan since April and has launched 15 plus websites. Very nice. Kenneth, welcome back. 2 months, 5 clients. Cynthia, 1 month, no clients yet. That's okay, you're in the right place. Pedro signed up, it looks like October. Waiting for the logo to get completed. 2 sites are pre-sold. Nice. Reseller website not live yet, Pedro. What's going on, man? Look, no reason why you shouldn't have that reseller website launched yet. It's easy enough to buy a domain name, easy enough to point it. People, like a lot of people, will have their reseller website launched the same day. If you're waiting on a logo, stop waiting on your logo. Just launch the site, okay? No one's ever going to care about your logo as much as you do. Just put your name on the top left. Get that domain name pointed. And if you can't, as Brian just responded to you, contact our support team, and we're more than happy to do that for you. Kira's brand new, nothing sold yet. Well, you're in the right place again. Vince says, yes, I have been with you guys before, and I'm back. Tom has been with us for a year with 20 sites sold. Very nice. Ed, over a year, 1 site sold. This is your year, Ed. Come on, let's do it. Karen's got a question. We're going to hop into that. Yeah, Pedro's like, not October, December. Okay, December. That's even better. Even better. I'm going to read a couple more here. You guys are very responsive here. I think that was the last one anyway. Cool. Well, welcome everybody. It's nice to see. I think most people are under 20 sites, so I think you're going to find this session very, very helpful to you because we're going to get questions about all of the basic stuff. And I think you are going to get a lot out of this. So let's start with a couple of questions from those of you who are nice enough to submit them ahead of time. And yes, you can do this. In the invitations to today's session, you were invited to submit your questions via email ahead of time, and then we can be sure to get to them as long as you show up for the session, because I always like to have everyone who's present get their questions answered. So I'm looking for a Sammy. Is Sammy on this call? Sammy, if you're here but under a different... Yes, you are. Sammy. All right. Excellent. So we're going to start with Sammy's question that came earlier yesterday. Now, Sammy is very, very high tech. Okay. So for some of you, this may be like, but let's go over it. Sammy says, I'm a full stack web developer and would like to automate some things to make scaling up easier. For example, I'd like to provide clients with a folder on like OneDrive or Google Drive, and whenever they place photos in that folder, I would automatically add them to their gallery page. Very cool. So let's just talk about that real quick. So the idea of adding photos automatically, watch out. Watch out. Because if your clients are anything like the clients that I've had, of which I've had hundreds of small business clients, they don't take the best photos. And I would put up maybe 1% of the photos I've received from small business clients without editing them in some way, shape, or form first. So why don't you check out some of those photos first that they give you? And like, you might be like, yeah, Justin, I'm not worried about that, because if they think it's good enough, then I'm fine with it. Don't take that approach. Do what you think is best. Don't let them just throw garbage up on their site. I'll give you one example, okay? I have a cleaning company who I've had for a long time as a website client, become a friend, good guy. Every year for the last 6 years, during this time of year, he says to me these words: hey, Justin, I have a tradition where I upload, I create a lot of banana breads. I bake them at home myself and I give them out to all of my clients and I wrap them up. Is that something that you think we should put on the website? If he didn't ask me that and he had access to some drive of some sort and uploaded banana bread photos onto his cleaning website, that would be a disaster. So they do not know best. You know best, okay? You are the marketing professional here. Do what you think is best. Have them send them to you. Look, Sammy, if it gets like truly like bogging you down, you're like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed with beautiful photos, then we'll talk. But as of right now, I don't think you have to worry about that just yet. And then Sammy also goes on to say, is it possible and or advisable to create an affiliate program for our website services through our marketing website? So it's kind of tough, because when we think about affiliate marketing, affiliate program, what it really requires is that someone can sign up themselves online for something with a link of sorts that was special just for them. But here's the reality and the truth. Most small business owners, if they don't have a website or want a new website, they want to work with you. They don't want to go to some site, fill out information, and create a site. No, that has proven time and time again to be something that frustrates small business owners and never gets them the results that they want. They want the one-on-one attention. So you're pretty much going to have a conversation with every single client before you take them on board, which kind of renders the possibility of an affiliate program, I don't want to say useless, but it makes it a lot harder. The best thing I could say that's kind of similar to that is encourage all of your clients, and you should be asking them on a regular basis for referrals. Is there anyone else that you think would be able to benefit from a website like I've built for you? And then they send you somebody, then you just give your client a free month or 2 free months or whatever as a thank you, okay? So that'd be the closest thing that I'd recommend doing to an affiliate program, because that kind of traditional affiliate program doesn't really align for a service that has to be sold one-off. All right. Next question is from Vince. He said, Vince says, I've noticed that there's some visible lines sometimes between sections on some of the websites. Is there anything you guys have in line to resolve that? And also, is there a way to add different spacer sections? For example, the handyman theme has a sawtooth effect A lot of other themes have different page section separator effects. Let's talk about this, okay? Let us talk about this. So from the dashboard, I'm going to go to the Create New Site screen just to make sure everyone's on the same page as Vince, okay? Vince is referring to the fact, let's go to the handyman. So Vince is referring to this horizontal sawtooth effect on this site. And he likes this. He's like, yeah, I kind of want to, maybe use that somewhere else. I don't blame you. It's kind of cool. So just so you guys know what's going on here, this is an image post, okay? I can click and drag this. This is an image. And I can actually drag this to my desktop. I can right click and save it to my desktop, whatever I want to do. And then on my site that I'm working on, I can add this in. Let me show you how that's done. So I'm going to go to any of my sites here. Well, first, let me save this image. Open it in a new tab, and I'm going to save that image as divider. I'll call it divider. All right. So that's saved. Now let me go to a site in my dashboard. So the way in which we do these, we call them post transitions, and we kind of have something in the works to make it even easier. But until that happens, the way we do post transitions is you would put them in between two sections as an image post. And what I'm going to do is add an image post. I'm going to edit it, and then I'm going to go over to my style settings, and I'm going to make this full width. I got a bunch of things in the way of my screen, so I can't see what I'm doing. All right, and then I'm going to get rid of my content since I don't need any of this. And it's going to become crystal clear to you in a second why we are working on a more streamlined way to do this. All right, so I'm going to grab that image from my desktop that I just saved and bring it in here. So this is that image. It's a white image. You could barely see it, okay? But I am going to bring that in. And now what's really cool about this, let me just adjust my height here. What's really cool about this is that it's actually going to be presented as a post transition. And what did I do wrong? Hold on. I skipped a step. I skipped a step. I have to bear with me, guys. Change my crop to none. There we go. And then watch this. See how this background, let me show you, is my brand color. All I'm going to do is do the exact same thing on this one. I'm going to go to Style, make my background color my brand color, and there you have it. So what we are doing is we are making this post transition happen by matching what appears on this post background to the post background above it. That's it. Now, if this were an image instead of a color, you would just find what that image setting is. So like if I had an image background turned on, okay, I would find this image and I would simply duplicate it into this post. Set them to parallax, and now you have this beautiful transition that more closely aligns with what we have here. So basically the post background image is the same for this post as it is for this transition post, and they're both set to parallax. As long as you do those things, you are good to go, and you can create this really cool effect. But yes, we do have an even cooler, quicker way to do this that you guys are going to love coming down the pike very, very soon. Hopefully that answers your question. Sorry, I got a little jammed up there, but that crop function is all we had to do to modify that. And Vince leaves off with, regardless, SiteSwan rules. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Edwin was nice enough to write in ahead of time and says, can you explain using a social sharing image? What type of image might we use? Where is it placed on our site page? Or how can a visitor share a page on our site, and how will it appear when it is shared? Cool. Let's talk about this. So social sharing, I've done a video on this before, and basically what it means is that if I send like a, if I send a text message, or if I send a if I send an Instagram message or a Facebook message, okay, and I put a link into that message, it is going to show me a sample or a preview of the site. Now, by default, it's going to give you nothing, no image. The next step up is you can do what's called a fave icon. So a fave icon is that tiny little image in the top of your browser. You'll see it for SiteSwan. It's our little swan. So what you would do is you'd upload the fave icon here. So that's like step one, better than nothing, is you have a fave icon that gets pulled in. But best case scenario is you have an actual image, a compelling image that represents the business. So like, let me think of how I can give you a really quick example. If I was setting a social sharing image for this site, I might take this background image and use that. You oftentimes don't have to go too crazy with this. What you just want is an attractive image. Let me show you how to do it. So from your Pages tab, you're going to go to Manage Pages. And by the way, there is a support article we have on this that clearly states how this is done. If anybody would like that, type social into the questions box, and one of our moderators will reply back with the link to that article. So you're going to go to the home page, click Edit, and then you're going to click over here where it says Social Sharing Image. It's actually called Open Graph. And you're going to turn it on, and then you're simply going to add an image from your image library. You could select any image. Like I said, this one over here, click OK. And now this is the image that people will see when you copy and paste the link into a text message. I'll tell you guys, for those of you who are sending to your client, let me backtrack for a second. So when you are selling a website to a customer, we know what the first step is. It's to get them interested in seeing the homepage, the website design. Then you present it to them, and that's a one-on-one experience. And then when you have finished completing the site, some people will tell me they like to text their client that the site is done so they can do a final review on it on their own time, but ultimately the site's live. You don't want to wait for them to approve anything. You just want to ask them for edits. Hey, the site's done, it's live, here it is. Do you have anything you'd like me to modify? So when you text that to them, it looks really cool if it comes through with this nice, sexy image, because that just elevates the whole professionalism level of the site. So using these social share images are incredibly easy and something that I think has the most impact when you're first launching the site and presenting it to the client. And again, social share images are primarily used when you're texting it, when you're Facebook messaging it, when you're Instagram messaging it, and also when you're posting to social. So if I were to create a Facebook post for my website, it'll pull in an image automatically, and it'll automatically take the image that I'm designating as that open graph image or social sharing image. Again, anyone who wants an article on this, type in social, and my moderators will reply with the direct link to that article. The other question that Edwin had was, is it wise to always use a written contract, or is it okay to agree to terms over the phone and proceed? Great question, Edwin. Some people prefer to have everything in writing. Others just skip over that step. The idea of a contract is something that we've been asked for a lot. So we do have something in the resources section of the dashboard that is essentially that. It's sort of a written contract you can sign with your clients. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I have ever signed a contract with a website client before. I don't know I ever have. The closest I've come to it is this, getting them to sign a credit card authorization form, which authorizes me to process their card every month. But if you do want a contract, you can download this, customize it, and use that. I think having something, in an email, which is in writing, saying, hey, the services that we've agreed to include this, and this for this price, and that's it. So some people like to do that. All right. Anne is saying, can we link DoorDash menu order or something like that from menu online orders? Yes. It's very, very popular for restaurants these days to use a third-party service for online ordering. It's the smart thing to do. So you'll notice that when you are creating a site, you will have, let me go back to my dashboard. Like if you select any of our restaurant themes to start with, you are going to see that it's got it built in already. Let me go to an actual restaurant that does takeout. So like this halal food theme, you're going to see about halfway down the page, you're going to see a prompt to order, and we're going to have links for the different means. No, we're not. We're not going to have it on this site, this theme. We're going to have it on this theme. It's right up top. All it is this. It's taking the logos, putting them into a gallery post, linking each one to the URL your client gives you. That's it. That is it. Gallery post, upload these logos. You can grab them from this theme or any of the other restaurant themes. You can find them on Google, whatever, and link them up. Some people will choose to do a button if it's only one. So if they're only on DoorDash and not the others, you might just have, instead of see our menu, order online, and it takes you right to that DoorDash experience. Jesse is saying, what is the proper way to do title tags, metadata, and keywords on websites for page-specific SEO? Great question. So guys, one of the things that you're probably wondering to yourselves is, it's great that I can create beautiful websites, but are they actually going to come up well in local search results? And the answer is yes, they certainly can, and they certainly will. To further optimize your likelihood of getting your sites found at the top of local search results, you are going to take one of the steps in our SEO checklist, which if you need the checklist, type checklist into the questions box, and we're going to send you a link to the article on it. But one of the steps that we recommend is exactly what Jesse asked, and that's to set page-specific meta tags. Let's talk about what the meta tags are and why that's important. So each site that's on the internet has three things: title, description, keywords. And those are things that are communicating to the search engines behind the scenes to let them know what the site is all about. Now, the easiest way to get meta tags set up is by using what's called the global SEO settings. So let me just go to one of my sites again. The global SEO settings is available from the settings dropdown on the top. You can type SEO. Now, if you're using one of our themes to create a site, which why wouldn't you be, you're going to notice that the title, description, keywords are already set for you, and they're optimized for what would make sense for a business in this industry. But here you have it, page-specific SEO. All you have to do is go to Manage Pages. So I'm going to go to my Pages dropdown, Manage Pages, and click the Edit next to Home. And you're going to see the option to turn on page-specific SEO. And here's where you can just basically take our example right here. Copy this, put it in here. This is your framework. So this is the name of the business. And you are going to put in what it is that they do. And the city that's being served. Boom. There's your meta title. Now, how will this be different from one page to another? Well, you are going to instead, like the Our Services, for example, instead of just saying this, you're going to change this to be Our Services. You might even mention a couple of the services in your description tag as well as your keywords section. So each page of the site has unique terms. Now, it seems like it makes sense, but really, what's the reason? The reason is because you want to give a clear definition, a distinct definition to each and every page of the site so that the search engines can easily identify if they should push someone to a particular page of the site versus the home page. The more descriptive you are and the more it aligns with the information that is on the page itself, the more you will see your clients thrive in local search results. All right, let's get to some of the questions you guys are asking right now so that we can get everyone's questions answered. All right, Hoda has asked, I see the maximum columns to create is 4. So Hoda's talking about our columns post type, which if you guys have not played with it yet, the columns post type is basically this. So you can have image, text, 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 or image, image, text, text, or image and text, and then just text, or like you can mix and match what appears in each column. And she's saying, is there a way to create more than 4? So we don't have the ability to accommodate more than 4. You'll see that if I try to go more than 4, it alerts me you can only add up to 4. So I don't have a way for you to do that. I'm kind of curious why you think you need more than 4. The type of content that you're looking to put onto the site. If you want to create a support ticket about that, show us a link. Oh, you said that. I'm trying to create a section to add our partners and list the partner's logo. So if you're looking to do that, then I wouldn't even use the columns theme. I would instead use the gallery theme. Why am I saying theme? Post type. You can use the gallery post type. So galleries afford you to put more, and you can go up to 5 with that. So just to show you what that would look like, I see this all the time. You want to just do logos, and it works really, really well. I'll tell you what else really works for logos, now that I'm saying this out loud, is if you have more than just the number of columns that you want to display at one time, you can actually use the slideshow feature. So the way this would work is you would get into the slideshow feature, get it added to your site, and then when I edit it, what's cool is that I can actually, in my style tab, I have the ability to show the number of images to show at one time, and I can go up to 5. So now they'll appear next to each other, and I can either choose to auto crop them or not auto crop them. So I could put some spacing in between them. I can also make the entire thing full width. So that can look really cool with logos. So picture these as all like, black and white logos or something like that. These would work really well here, and it'll rotate as people click the arrows to go left to right. So if you're looking to do logos, I would probably recommend using the slideshow post because I think it nicely displays them. But if you're just looking at them to stay fixed, then you can certainly use the photo gallery as well. All right, next up. All right. Joe, I know that you had a couple of questions looking to interact with someone. I would love to be able to address anything that you have. So if it's something that we can address for your very specific question, I would love to assist you with that. Let's take a look. So my moderators, if there's something that comes through from Joe that you want me to respond to that'll help him and help everyone else, please put it in front of me. I'd be happy to do it. Joe, I'm getting through the grapevine here. You wanted to get some help launching your first site. If you have any more specifics for that, please let us know what part of that process is causing a problem for you, whatever it is, and be more than happy to do that. Just seeing the last one. So Joe's saying I'm having difficulty making a particular site go public. I'm not going to say the name of it just for privacy purposes. So let's go through the process of launching a website because I think that's really important. Obviously, if you want to get paid for a site, you got to launch it, right? So let's talk about that. The process for launching a site, assuming it's done, meaning the content is correct, it's designed the way you want it to be, and you're ready to put it live on the internet, Is that your situation, Joe? Because I can go and kind of walk you through what that looks like once you have the site designed, looking the way you want it to. We can talk about that process. And by the way, if you're wondering, I was asked by my business partner today, "Are you wearing your Christmas ugly Christmas sweater?" And the answer is no. This is not my ugly Christmas sweater. This is my regular sweater. Okay. Oh, Joe, I'm sorry to hear this. You lost the client because it took so long. So here's the first thing everyone needs to know about launching a website. Okay. If your client has a .com, .net, or .whatever already, which is a simple question you got to ask them. Do you have a domain name? Yes or no. Great. If it's yes, you're going to ask them for their domain registrar login. What's a domain registrar? It's a GoDaddy. It's a Cheap and Easy Domains. It's a Network Solutions. It's something like that. They're going to give you their domain registrar login, the username and a password. And then you're going to go through the step-by-step process of pointing the site live. If that's Chinese to you, then what you're going to do is you're going to take that username and password and you're going to put it in a support ticket to us, and we're going to put it live for you. We don't expect you to have all the skills necessary to point a site live using DNS settings on day one. We don't expect that. So what you can do is send us the information your client gives you. We will turn the site live for you. This way you don't have to wait for anybody. That's what our support service is for. And we're more than happy to help. Now, there is a slight chance that depending on the domain registrar of choice, like I know GoDaddy will sometimes do this, is that they will require that the owner of the domain will respond to a text message or an email every time you make one of those changes to the settings on the domain. That could mean that, it's kind of got to get done in sync with the client. So in that scenario, there's something called delegate access. And what that means is that from the client's login, they can actually delegate or grant access to us. So instead of using username and password, you can just delegate the access, and then we can do it with our own login, getting around the issue of those text messages and emails that get through. So if you can't find delegate access, then we do have step-by-step instructions that will point you to where to locate that. I will say sometimes the GoDaddy interface is like constantly changing. A phone call to GoDaddy and say, hey, if you're having difficulty navigating their system, hey, I need help finding delegate access because I want to grant someone access to my account. They'll walk you through or even set it up for you. Because there's so many different domain registrars, it's difficult for us to have a 1,000,000% handle on every intricacy of their system. But the delegate access thing does work really well. As soon as you know where to find it, you'll find that that's a very easy way to get the sites live. I don't think it would be too late to get a client back if you had a little bit of difficulty launching the site initially. If those steps can be followed, I think there's probably a pretty good chance you can get them back on board. Let's see what we got here. We got. All right. Karen says, I want to hire a web designer to build my clients' websites on my behalf, but I want to know how can I grant access to the dashboard without them seeing SiteSwan anywhere and instead seeing my brand and logo. I hope this makes sense. Yeah. So Karen's like, hey, I want to have someone on my team and I don't want them to know that I'm using SiteSwan. Perfect. Fine. I get it. I understand that. We've got a feature built for that. So from the account section of your dashboard, you're going to create a user for your, no, Justin, over here. Create an account user. And what you're going to notice is there's something called stealth mode. You're going to check this box. And by checking this box, it's going to remove any mention of SiteSwan at all to them. Now, if you want to further restrict their access to the dashboard, like maybe you don't want them to create sites or delete sites or whatever, you can restrict that as well. So that's a really great way to do that. Now, they will see the dashboard, and you can't really put your logo on the dashboard, but it's like a nondescript thing. I don't think they'll ever recognize or know what platform that you're using. And guess what, Karen? This is something that used to come up a lot more, and I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about this. You're an entrepreneur. Everyone here is an entrepreneur, right? You self-identify as someone who takes initiative, does their own thing. They call the shots. You call the shots. And you are a little risk averse. Wait, does averse mean you're against risk or for risk? I don't know. You're willing to take risks, okay? We think everyone is like us. We think everybody is just like us. We're all entrepreneurs. The whole world is entrepreneurs. That could not be further from the truth. There are a ton of people who just don't have the entrepreneurial itch, the desire, or the ambition to do something on their own. You have to think about what you went through mentally to decide to sign up for SiteSwan. Is someone who is functioning as a web designer, someone who knows how to construct websites, are they really going to commit to $200 a month on a platform where they don't even know if they have clients, if they're not entrepreneurial in nature? It's very possible. You could tell them everything about SiteSwan. You could try to sell them SiteSwan, and they won't buy. Okay? So don't assume that just because you think this is a really good thing, that everyone in the world is going to agree with you. I appreciate you thinking that, but it's just not. It's not the truth. Stephen came up with the question of, how would you respond to the objection? Are you local? I think you're suggesting, I'm not local, but I promise I'm not just a voice on the phone. I work remotely with businesses everywhere, and technology helps me feel like I'm right there with you. It's not a bad response. It's not a bad response. But I would start by saying, why is being local important to you? Why is being local important to you, Mr. and Mrs. Business Owner? And they might have a really good reason for that, but maybe they don't. Why is being local important to you? Oh, because I like to know that someone is accessible. Well, I got news for you, Mr. and Mrs. Business Owner. I have a lot of local clients who are very close to where I live. They never ask me to see them. Because I'm so responsive via phone, email, and text, there's no need to be face-to-face. Or they might say, well, I need to know that you, I don't know, understand the community. Well, I got news for you. If I was local too, I'd probably understand it better than I do. But what's more important perhaps is that I understand local marketing. And local marketing can be kind of translated to any individual market. And nowadays with technology, I can know almost as much about your area as you do. What's really important, and this is where you got to focus on, is I'm a business owner. You're a business owner. And I can tell you guys from personal experience, working business owner to business owner is highly, highly valuable. It's sought out. So by telling them, look, I may not be local, but I'm a fellow business owner just like you. I am 100% invested in your success. Because if I lose you as a client, it will devastate me. It's not just going to be, oh, I lost an account, as if I was working for somebody else. I'm working for myself. Every time I take on a client like you, I am building up the business that I started. And I do not want to see my business go like this. I want to see it go like this. I want to do so good for you that you're going to want to recommend me to all your friends and everyone else who's a business owner that you know, so that I can win more clients. So take the approach, ask why local is so important to them, and try to put emphasis on the fact that You're a business owner. Identify with them that way rather than just location if you're trying to sell outside your immediate area. Oh, here we go. Let's see if I can remember. Kuzman. Did I say it right? Kuzman says, I've got a potential gym client. I'd like to know if it's possible to purchase a membership through the site. Ugh. Ugh. I'd be shocked if they really felt like that was something they wanted to do. I'd be a little surprised. Chances are they're using some sort of gym management software to bill their clients. There is also a good chance that that software has some sort of link that can be copy pasted into a button link on their site to let people sign up. I can't imagine gyms just kind of like getting a ton of business from people coming to their website and signing up. I feel like it's always an interaction of sorts. And I'm almost 100% sure that any gym that is currently selling memberships would kind of prefer to have that conversation, negotiate a rate, and then send a private link to sign up. Because I'm sure they're cutting deals all the time, where it's like, oh, well, we'll give you 2 months free on this, blah, blah, blah. We'll do these personal training sessions, or I'll add another personal training session for you, or sign up for 3 years, I'll give you this deal, or like something like that. So did this request come from you or from the client? I want to know. Because I feel like it came from them. I'd be a little surprised. If it did come from them, start with, do you have a membership management software right now? Can you ask them if there's a link that can be used on the site for people to self-sign up if that's really what they want? Ed is asking, what's the process for a custom theme design? So let's talk about this. Our custom theme design. What is that, Justin? So here's what's going to happen. There's going to come a day, chances are, you've got a prospect that you found through your social outreach or your warm outreach part of the 14-day launch plan. Guys, is anyone not doing the 14-day launch plan? If you're not, I want you to type in 14 as a question, and I'm going to get you set up with a coach to walk you through that 14-day launch plan, step by step, to make sure that you have the best possible chance at finding success. In the 14-day launch plan, which is what I had up on the screen when we first started here, is an opportunity for you to get in front of people who are in your social network and in your warm network. Now, what may be inevitable for you is that you're going to get someone who's interested and they run a business that we don't have a theme for. It happens. Sometimes it happens. So in the event that that occurs and you feel like you've got a real good chance of winning them over as a client, you can get a custom theme made for them. Right now, we have it on promotion for $99. And these last 2 themes came out because of someone who said, I need this. I'm willing to pay for it. And would we have it turned around in like 4 days or something? It was like crazy. So what we'll do is we'll build a fully fledged, in this case, 6-page theme for this industry, trailer rentals. No, we didn't have a trailer rental theme for whatever reason. This person's like, I need it. They were willing to pay for it, got expedited, pushed right to the top of the list, and we got it pumped out. More specifically, you're going to give us details you know about the industry. If you want to show us something about the industry you know already, by all means, we'll happily look at it. We put something back in front of you that you're going to hopefully love. There really isn't much of a back and forth review during that process, but of all the custom themes that we've done for people, I don't think we ever had any edits come back to us from our clients, because the truth is, like, we've done a lot of themes. We know what we're doing, right? So as long as you guide us in the right direction of what type of business it is, we're going to do a good job for you. And of course, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Like, we're not going to leave you hanging. All right, what else we got? James. Thanks for the definition of risk averse, Robert. I appreciate that. And Pedro, thanks for the compliment on the sweater. I happen to agree with you. I happen to agree. It's not an ugly Christmas sweater. James says, are most SiteSwan websites and web hosting tax deductible? Ugh. Are they tax deductible? I do not know the answer to that. I mean, look, it's a business expense. It's a business expense. So I think that kind of aligns with a tax deduction or benefit is an amount deducted from taxable income, usually based on expenses, such as those incurred to produce additional income. I think so. I think so. If you're running any type of business, you've got to have a website. It's a business expense. So if you've built a website, and I guess you're asking on behalf of you, maybe you got your client asked you this question. If you're building a website for an individual who's maybe thinking of starting a business or something like that, they'd have to talk to their accountant about whether that is considered, business income that can be deducted off of what their income ultimately is. That's an expense that comes off their income. So I guess yes, but just talk to an accountant just to be absolutely sure. Hoda says, one of my clients has asked me to add a donation page and a join mailing list text box. Are these things that SiteSwan platform can do? If not, do you have any helpful suggestions? Yeah. So a donation page is all kind of revolving around a payment being made, right? We talk about donations, like you're not going to donate toys through your computer screen, right? You're going to donate money using a credit card or a checking account or something like that. One of the best ways I've seen people ask for donations online is using PayPal. So you can do a PayPal donate button, totally free. And what'll happen is you advise your client to get a PayPal account set up, make it compliant for accepting donations, and then from inside of the PayPal account, you are going to get a little snippet of code or a link, and you are going to copy and paste it into the site. Now, if it's a link, you're just simply going to link up a button that says donate now. If it's code, you can actually go into your site, add a section, or actually add a page first called donate. You want to do that together? Let me just take a look at this page for a quick second. Let's just duplicate this page. Let's pretend this is a nonprofit. I'm going to edit this to make this donate. And then I can add a section for HTML. And what you can do is you can take that snippet of code that PayPal gives you, paste it into here, click save, and now this page has the information necessary to complete the donation right on the site. This is the most straightforward way to do it. If they don't have a PayPal account to collect funds, I'd be shocked. But if they don't, maybe their current payment processor has a means to create some sort of online link that will accept donations. So you should reach out to them, or they can reach out to them and get that all taken care of. Other questions? What do we got? Kuzman says, I got a question about billing. Is there an extra fee for using SiteSwan billing system setup that is connected to Stripe? Yes. So when you are so what Kuzman's talking about is like, hey, I sold a client a site. I want to charge them for it. You go to the setup button. You choose a plan. Let's say you sold it for $4.90 or $7.99 up front, $79 a month. You're going to type their credit card number. And remember, you're asking them for their credit card when you're presenting the website design to them on the phone. Great, you love it, fantastic. All I got to do is just take a credit card number from you. We can process the setup fee, get the entire site launched in a week, and you'll be good to go. Great, here's my number. Or you send them this link. They type the number in themselves while you're on the phone with them. Either way, the credit card's in the system, and then you can process their payment right from here. This thing will be 2% that the fee for doing the client billing on top of whatever Stripe is charging you. So it's less than what Stripe is charging you, but there is a 2%. What's nice, you can instantly see everyone who's active and paying you. You can see their entire invoice history right from your dashboard. You can also, actually coming within the next, I think, week or so, you'll be able to also charge your clients one-off payments as well. So if you do want to get them charged for a logo design or something like that, you'll be able to do that. You can also see which clients are past due. We have a past due screen. So very quickly, I would check this like once a week or something like that. And then just see who's past due. Reach out to them. Hey, so-and-so, I notice your credit card is not working. Here is a link. Look, you could do this. Here is a link. Just text them this to update your credit card number. Can you take care of that for me? That easy. That's the way that works. All right, Pedro says, I tried to print the taking a credit card form. It will not open. Will not open? What? Let's see. Credit card authorization form. Oh, it's a doc file. That's why. Oh, this should probably just be a. Where does this one take you? Yeah. All right. We're going to update this to a Google Drive link, and we're not going to make you download this anymore. Thanks for pointing that out. Thank you for pointing that out. It might be an older version of a doc file. Could that be it? Maybe. We'll get it taken care of. Ed says, can you delete a monthly payment option in your client billing from the dashboard? No, you can't. I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, I created one on accident. What do I do? If it like really, really bothers you, submit a support ticket. We'll see what we can do. But just so you know, what we're talking about here is actually from the account page. There are some plans here, and maybe Ed created a plan he don't want anymore. And you can only edit them. You can hide it though, which kind of pushes it out of the way. It won't be available for you when you're signing somebody up, but we don't have a way to actually delete it. It's a Stripe thing. We lean on them, and it's kind of tricky. What else we got? Sammy says, are we supposed to charge sales tax for design and setup? What about monthly hosting fee? Sammy, I don't think I've ever seen anyone charge tax. I am not a tax advisor or an accountant. I cannot give you this advice yourself. I can only tell you what I've seen. Triple confirm. Every state's different. Triple confirm with an accountant. Like, hey, I'm offering this service. I do this much business. Do I need to charge tax? I'd be shocked if they said yes, but better to be on the up and up. Every state's different. What else do we have? Oh, sorry, Hoda, the second part of your question. Join mailing list. Yes. So when we are talking about joining a mailing list, what that means is that the website owner wants to collect email addresses through the site, and they want to be able to add it to a database or a list and then blast emails out to everybody. The absolute best way to do that is to use a third-party service, because there's a lot of moving parts with email blasts. We do have, I think, a recommended vendor on our resources page for this, I think. Let's see. No, we don't. Okay. I would try a company I've seen a lot of people use is MailChimp. MailChimp. And with MailChimp, basically what will happen is they will give you a little link or, again, a snippet of code. Don't get overwhelmed by that. It's very, very easy. Take that snippet of code, add it anywhere on the site. And then people can fill in their email address, click add to list, and it'll get automatically added to the MailChimp list. And from within MailChimp, you are going to then blast out emails to everyone on that list. You know, Hoda, that's a great additional service you can offer your clients, is like managing all that, sending out the emails for them. That comes at a price too. That's not a cheap service, because if it was so easy, they'd be doing it. They're probably not going to do it. You could do it. You could charge like anywhere between $300 and $1,000 a month to be doing this, depending on how frequently you're sending out emails on their behalf. So yeah, they're that is a good strategy. I do like that. Karen is saying, can you show us an example of how reputation management works from a client who is currently active? I certainly can. Let's see. Sorry, I got distracted by something. Karen, reputation management. Guys, so what do we know about reputation management? We know that consumers are looking to online reviews before they make a decision to do business with somebody. That's what they do. That's human behavior now. Businesses are in the dark about what's being said about them online, and they have no control over how people are rating them online. So what can you do? What can you offer? How can you help them? We have a two-part service of reputation management. Let me walk you through it. So from your dashboard, click on site details or the name of the business. You're going to come down here to reputation management, put in their business name as it appears on Google, give them the Facebook link, Yelp link, and click generate free sample report. And once you do this, you're going to end up with a report that looks like this in a matter of minutes. This gives you the average star rating, the total reviews they have, reviews broken down by star rating and broken down by source. And then every review ever said about this business with the platform name, how many stars, what was said, with the option to view and share it. This is what you are going to be promising your clients are going to get in their inbox every day, week, or month, depending on the frequency you decide to set, so that they can stay on top of what's being said about them online and respond accordingly. This right here is worth the $99 to $199 per month that you're selling this service to your client for. Getting daily updates about what's being said about them online is super, super valuable. The second part of the service is designed to increase the likelihood that only 4 and 5-star reviews go public for them. How does that work, Justin? This form gets installed on your client's site. Copy and paste code, 2 seconds. And depending on how they react, if they put 4 or 5 stars in, write their review, name and whatever, and click submit, they're going to get the option to copy and paste what they just wrote and put it onto Google, Facebook, or Yelp, their choice, so that they can make their review public. If it's a 1, 2, or 3-star review, however, they're going to get redirected to a form that's going to encourage them first to reach out to the business owner to get their issue resolved. That's huge, because they get the sense that they're actually being heard and taken care of. You minimize the likelihood of them posting a negative response online. And ultimately, if you can truly understand their concerns and make their issues go away, you will be able to have perhaps a 4 or a 5-star reviewer in the future. Okay? This is a powerful tool. This 1-2 punch, reports and getting new reviews, is totally worth that $100 to $199. I've sold this a million times. Very, very effective. It's going to cost you $14.99 per month if you sign up for the service, meaning you only pay for this if you've effectively sold your client on the daily reporting. You can generate the sample report for free, show it to them, say, hey, how would you like this in your inbox every day? And I'll help you get more 4- and 5-star reviews. And then you can close the deal with them on that new monthly fee on top of the website fee. So very, very effective. Talking about reviews, and by the way, what's going to happen is that every time someone leaves a review with you, you are going to get, or your client, I should say, they're going to see this number go up. 63 Google reviews, they're going to see it go up, 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 and up. And yes, Vince, $14.99 per client, because you're charging your clients $99 to $199 per month. We only ask for $14.99. The margins are tremendous, and once your client gets hooked on getting those daily reports, it's addicting. It's addicting. Let's talk about reviews for a second. So, any of you, while we're here, let's just do it. If any of you would like to leave us a review, you're going to hop over to this profile page. You're going to click Google Reviews, and you're going to click Write a Review. If you do this, screenshot your review and send it to info@siteswan.com, and we will send you an Amazon gift card. Okay? All you got to do, hop over here, click Reviews, click Write a Review, give us an honest review. I hope it's good, but I can't technically legally ask for that. Hope it's good. And if it is, or if it's not, whatever, can't say that. If you screenshot it and send it to us, info@siteswan.com, we will send you a thank you that will hopefully help you with some of your last minute Christmas shopping, okay? Or holiday shopping for that matter. At this point, we are going to start to wrap up. I see a couple of questions coming in. I will try and address real quick. But in the meantime, take a minute in the questions tab. Give me one key takeaway that you have from this conversation today. One key takeaway. Was it a support article I mentioned? Was it a question someone asked? Was it a resolution to a problem? Was it doing something you didn't realize was possible? Get as specific as you can, because knowing if there are key takeaways and what they are helps us make sure that we put the right questions out there for everyone to hear and get answered. So if there's one thing, put it as a key takeaway, and we will make it happen. Vince is saying, can I get a SiteSwan hoodie? You know what's really funny? I don't have those. I don't have those. And if we did have SiteSwan hoodies, I'd be wearing them. I think I would for every single wintertime session like this. So I don't have one. Sorry. Although, wouldn't it be funny if we got them made and put them on Amazon, and then you could just buy it? That'd be cool. All right. Takeaways. Steven's saying resolution to local objection. Cool. I'm glad that was helpful for you. Kuzman is saying, thanks for pronouncing my name right. I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. But that was a big issue last time. Remember that 2 weeks ago? It took me about 35 times saying your name to get it right. But I think I got it right today. Kuzman's saying these live coaching sessions are awesome. Please keep them up. Yeah, the next one is going to be... Oh, moderators, can you help me? Next session is going to be when? It's going to be on Christmas Day. It's going to be on January 10th. Same time, 1 o'clock Eastern, January 10th. So we're going a little bit longer in between these, only because of the holidays are kind of messing everything up. It's like, let's be honest, no one's going to show up, January 2nd or January 3rd. So we're just going to bump it to the following week. What else? Key takeaways, guys, whatever you got. Tom is saying reputation management is awesome. Yes, very, very effective way to boost what you're earning from each and every customer while really, really helping them. Karen says, I appreciate you guys answering all of my questions. This was really helpful to get back on track. Hey, Karen, the more specific you can ask a question, the better we can answer them, right? That's what it comes down to. Evans is saying social sharing image and website editing. Cool. I'm glad that was helpful for you. Those social sharing images, I'm addicted to. So cool. Because when you just text it to someone, it just looks so professional. Really, really nice. Cynthia says, you resolved my issue so I can sell restaurants. Nice. Glad. Sammy appreciates the divider transition tutorial. Good. Hoda says, thanks for all the tips. Really appreciate it. You're very welcome. Kira says, all the info is great, but I'd say that being so brand new, I now understand that to go live is with the domain. Yes. There is no button you have to press in the dashboard to launch a site. It's all about the domain. Once you point the domain, you're good. Steven's saying, how did you come up with the company name SiteSwan? So I wish I had like a really, really, really good story about this. But, you know, in 2011, like there was like a big thing of like naming your online company with like a funky name and using animals. So it was kind of inspired by like what a lot of other people, like your MailChimp, you know, kind of like that. And also, you know, it came to be that swans, little fact about swans, which is one of the reasons we chose it, is that swans find a mate and keep them for life. They find one mate and they stay with them for life. And we're all about that, you know. We're all about finding partners in you guys, in agencies, entrepreneurs, and you sticking with us. We are standing by your side the entire way. Joe says this was helpful. I got my question about how to launch answered. Why did it take so long? I'm sorry, Joe, if we were unclear in any way about the process of launching a site. I apologize about that. But yeah, it's all about, you're not alone in that. Someone else thought the same thing. It's all about getting that domain name pointed. Without pointing the domain, you got nothing. Ed says, key takeaway, using the HTML code option to implement donations or payments for PayPal or email signup. Good. Vince is like, I thought I saw a merch store. So yeah, so what you saw was a demo site that we have called SiteSwanStore.com. You can't actually buy this stuff though. You cannot. We probably should just let you, but this is a real product. You can't buy it. This is a real product. Actually, wait a second. Did we actually get these mouse pads made up? Maybe even these notebooks. I don't know now. We should put together a merch store. Vince, you're right. Sean says, key takeaway, knew about part 1 of reputation management, didn't know about 1 to 3-star feedback. Ooh, cool. Ed says, just having these live Q&A sessions encourages me to make 2025 the year I take action and build my website business. Just do it, man. You got the right idea. Stop making excuses for why you haven't done the thing you're looking to do. Stop making excuses for earning. Stop making excuses for doing more with your free time. Put down the games, put down the TV, put the remote away, lock it up somewhere. Spend your free time investing in your future and your future financial situation. Steven says, love working with your team, Justin. Extreme thanks. My pleasure. John is saying, I love working with Brian on support. He's the best. You got it, John. I agree. Noel says, my key takeaways were that you were able to build a template that is not already in existence, and reputation management report as a sales tool for sure. Vince, the review screenshot gets sent to info@siteswan.com. That's all you got to do. Pedro says social sharing and fave icon was helpful. I often see a website in the browser with the logo, and when I save a website, I often like to see a photo icon at the bottom that auto-populates. Yeah, by the way, these little fave icons, okay, I want you to notice they are super, super simple. Okay, if you're going to do a fave icon, make sure it's simple. Don't upload like a landscape photograph, okay? The social sharing icon, fine. You want a photo? Perfect. But the fave icon has got to be small, simple, because it doesn't get very big. Like the largest it's going to be, let me show you. The largest it's going to be is like this. That's the largest it's going to be. So you can't have too much detail in it, and it really can't be a photo. Ed says, I feel good that a question I asked was valuable to another person also. Oh, good. I'm glad. Vince says, I know a guy who can build you a website for that merchandise store. Ernie says, how to use the SEO page was helpful to him. Awesome. You guys rock. You guys rock. Thank you so much for doing this. Guys, Guys, January 10th. Did I say January 10th is next one? Yeah, Friday, January 10th. Mark your calendars, clear it off. I can't wait to do this with you. It'll be our first one of 2025. Guys, also, last and final note, okay? I don't want to hear anybody make excuses that this is a bad time to sell websites. I've heard through the grapevine, some people are saying that. And I want to assure you that is not the case. There are tons of businesses who are dead quiet right now because they're not in the retail business. Anyone outside of retail is quiet. This is a great, great, great time to be selling websites to small businesses. They're planning their action for 2025. This is the time. You want to cut them a deal, a Christmas promo, a New Year promo, go for it. You can close so many deals right now. Businesses have the time to talk if they're not involved in retail. Joe, 1 o'clock p.m. on January 10th, not the 25th. January 10th, 1 p.m. Eastern. Liz is on board with that. She's like, yeah, best time to offer a good deal right now. You're absolutely right. All right, go out there, sell some sites. The week's not over. The month is not over. Let's close at least a few more deals before the end of the year. All right? Thank you so much, everybody. It's been great having you on here. Anything else you need, you know where to find us. Just go to the support.siteswan.com right up over here. Support.siteswan.com. Look through here if you can't find the answer. Submit a request. We'll get it answered. Be as specific as you possibly can, and we'll make it happen. All right? Catch you all later. Happy holidays. See you in 2025.